I will never live that down.
Okay,
Yes.
no,
I will never.
that's
teed
your
that
America
right
is
up.
not
You
that
teed
great.
it right
That's
up.
I am now officially excommunicated.
All right. So I want to talk about free speech for a minute because Alex Jones, who is not my friend and who tells crazy lies about me, is thrown off Twitter, I think, and Facebook and a few other platforms. I think he's going to...
Thank God.
Well, if you're a liberal, you're supposed to be for free speech. That's free speech for the speech you hate. That's what free speech means. We're losing the thread of the concepts that are important to this country. Either you care about the real American shit or you don't. And if you do, it goes for every side. I don't like Alex Jones, but Alex Jones gets to speak. Everybody gets to speak.
Sure, but he doesn't necessarily get to speak on Facebook or Twitter.
No, I get that.
If a guy goes out, and this is not opinion, if he engages in vile slander and fabrication about children who were murdered at Sandy Hook, and he harasses the parents of children who were murdered at Sandy Hook, that's not. You know what? Facebook, Twitter. None of them have an obligation to provide him a platform.
I understand that. I understand that.
Yeah.
But the...
Yes. And even more importantly, you know, this is not the internet of 1996 where he put up a website and, you know, he's using like the public pipes. Like these companies, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, these are the majority of time Americans spent on the internet, right? We're talking these for the internet. This is ABC, CBS, NBC, right? And they're making money off of him. They're running ads against him. So you know, I agree with you about free speech, and that's of concern to me as well. I also don't think those companies should be profiting off of what he's saying. And so I applaud them
we all agree on that. That private enterprise does not have any obligation.
Right.
If you make a T-shirt that says "Your mother sucks cocks in hell,"
Right.
they don't have to sell it at Baby Gap. You know, we get that. Okay, but I'm just saying.
Pretty much the same thing we're talking about here.
Yes, I understand. But I'm just saying, as a concept, we have to understand that the way to get rid of hateful things is to the sunlight best disinfectant. And a good example is, wait a second, the alt-right rally.
Yeah.
Alt-right too. The Nazis, remember last year in Charlottesville, they had their rally again.
Yes.
20 people showed up. Okay? Not because we outlawed it, but because we let it happen the first time. And these mental midgets found out, oh, it's not so great when you do this in public, because then you go back to the office and people don't like you so much.
Yeah, but Steve Bannon's on television tonight.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the alt-right hasn't disappeared.
And what the YouTube algorithm was doing was funneling people to Alex Jones. Like, the YouTube algorithm is the crossing guard saying, hey, everybody, there's a rally, you know, let's all go to the rally, and, like, bringing people to the Unite the Right.
The problem these tech companies are having is they don't know where to draw the line. They know there are lines, and they're scared of their own shadow. I see them, the tech execs come to Washington, D.C. with their tails between their legs, desperately trying to have these off-the-records with us reporters. What can we do to, you know, be more, you know, feeling? And they're squeezed from all ends. They're scared of conservatives because conservatives have these things, oh, they're shadow banning us. And they're scared of the left because the left's saying, you know, clamp down on anyone who says anything offensive. And they're scared of their own shadow. They're in a crouch and they don't know what to do.
Well, except for that, they do need to act to at least uphold their own terms of service, which is what they're doing.
They keep changing.
Right, but
the bar keeps moving.
Well, but here's
consistent.
the concern I have, to your point, Bill, about more speech, which is your point, right? On these platforms, in 2016, 44% of people who identified as left of center did not post anything about politics on their social media feed. 44%. On the Republican side, on the conservative side, it was only 8%. Why didn't they post? Because they didn't want to be trolled, harassed, or abused. These platforms, yes, they are quasi-public squares, but they have an obligation to make sure that people are not harassed when they use them. And that's why I think this is an important step. It's only a week suspension, for Pete's sake. It's not like it was the end of the world.
Yeah, what is that, like a
obligation.
timeout? I mean, the Twitter thing is just ridiculous. It says, we're going to have Alex Jones, you know, off Twitter for a week so he thinks about what he's done.
Right.
I mean, what? Like he's some sort of a, you know, 9-year-old who is, you know, going to say, hey, I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, the kids really are dead. I mean.
Okay. All right. Well, I am Q. Just don't forget that. All right. Thank you, panel. It's time for new rules, everybody. New rules.